Hello and welcome to 3D Nato. In today's video, I'll show you how to add perfect tangents with precision drawing tools. I'm going to start by tracing the main outline of the top sketch. What I like to do is to break the sketch into basic shapes. Here we have 12mm radius circles connected by external tangents to create the outline, and inside each one there is a 10mm diameter circle to create the holes. So now we have a starting point. But before that, let's install precision drawing tools. Go to Edit, Preferences, Get Extensions, then search for PDT and install it. Now press M to show the sidebar, go to PDT and expand the Design Operations tab. Here we'll basically use to move the 3D cursor. Set Working Plane to top and make sure Select Operation Set to Move Cursor. In the X coordinate, type -64 divided by 2 and hit Absolute to place the 3D cursor at -32mm on the X-axis. Let's create two circles, a 12mm radius for the outline and a 10mm diameter for the hole. Press Shift+A to add, go to Mesh and add a mesh circle. In the Add Circle menu, set vertices to 64 and the radius to 12mm. As I want all circles to be part of the same mesh, just press Tab to go to Edit mode. Press Shift+A to add and add a mesh circle. Set vertices to 64 and the radius to 10mm divided by 2. Now we just need to duplicate them. Press H to select all, Shift+D to duplicate, X to lock the axis, type 64 and Enter to confirm. Now Shift+D to duplicate it again, X to lock the axis, type -32 and Enter to confirm. Then G to grab, Y to lock the axis, type -42 and Enter to confirm. For the next part, it is very important to reset the origin point of the mesh. Press Shift+S to snap and select Cursor toward Origin. Now go to PDT Design Tools and click Origin to Cursor. Now we just need to add the external tangents to close the main outline. Select two circles, expand the PDT Tangents tab, set mode to Outer, and click Tangents from Selection. Select two more, and click Tangents from Selection. Then the last two, and click Tangents from Selection. Now let's clean this mesh. Press 2 to enable Edge Selection, select these edges, and press X to delete. Now press 1 to go back to Vertex Selection, and hold an Alt, select this top left circle. Here we are going to need to delete all the vertices inside these tangent lines. And these two black vertices will show us which ones to select. From this black vertex, select the first one to the right. Then holding Ctrl, keep selecting the loop until there's overlapping one at the top. Now press X to delete and select vertices. To close these gaps, select two vertices and press F to create a new edge. Then we just need to repeat the same steps on the other two circles. Select another circle, the loop inside the tangent, delete it, and fill the gaps. Select the last circle, the loop inside the tangent, delete it, and fill the gaps. The main outline is complete, so press A to select all and Alt+F to fill. To clean, press X to delete and select Limit to Dissolve. Here we need to be careful about this so it doesn't reduce the mesh resolution. So just set the max angle value to 0.5 degrees. Let's go to the front view so we can add thickness to this mesh. With all faces selected, press E to extrude, type 10 and Enter to confirm. Now just press Tab to exit edit mode, F2 to rename and call it Base Mesh. Now I'm going to trace the main outline of the front sketch. So let's break it into basic shapes. Here we have a 20mm radius circle connected by 22mm vertical lines to create the outline. And inside the circle, there's a 15mm diameter circle to create a hole. These two smaller rectangles, I'll leave it for the side sketch. Let's place a 3D cursor to create these circles. In the front view, set the X coordinate to 0, the Z coordinate to 32mm and hit Absolute. In the top view, set the Y coordinate to 12mm, which is the arc radius from the base mesh. Now just hit Absolute and go back to the front view. Press Shift+A to add, go to Mesh, and add a mesh circle. In the Add Circle menu, set vertices to 64, the radius to 20mm, and align to view. As I want both circles to be part of the same mesh, just press Tab to go to Edit mode. Press Shift+A to add, and add a mesh circle. Set vertices to 64, the radius to 15mm divided by 2, and align to view. Now we just need to delete the bottom half and extrude to create the outline. Select the bottom half of the outline circle and press X to delete. Select both vertices, press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type -22 and enter to confirm. To fill, select the top half and press F to create a new face. Then do the same for the bottom half. As I have face orientation enabled, I can see these faces are inverted. And as I want them to point in this direction, let's fix this now. Press A to select all, then Shift+Ctrl+N to recalculate inside. Let's go to the side view so we can add thickness to this mesh. With all faces selected, press E to extrude, type 14, enter to confirm, and tap to exit edit mode. Now let's rename this mesh and place it into a Boolean collection. Press F2 to rename and call it bool+.001. Then press M to move to collection, new collection, and call it bool+. And since we don't need to see this collection on the viewport, exclude from view layer. Now we just need to create this triangular shape. So let's place a 3D cursor. In the side view, subtract 14mm from the Y coordinate used for the previous object. So just set it to 12mm minus 14, which will give us -2mm, and hit absolute. In the top view, set the X coordinate to -30mm divided by 2 and hit absolute. Now let's go back to the side view so we can create the last Boolean object. Press Shift+A to add, go to Mesh, Single Vert, and add Single Vert. Press E to extrude, Z to lock the axis, type -22 and enter to confirm. Press E to extrude, Y to lock the axis, type -30 and enter to confirm. Now press A to select all and F to create a new face. Let's go to the top view so we can add thickness to this mesh. With all faces selected, press E to extrude, type 5 and enter to confirm. Now we just need to duplicate it. Press A to select all, Shift+D to duplicate, X to lock the axis, type 35, enter to confirm, and tap to exit edit mode. Let's rename this mesh and place it into a Boolean collection. Press F2 to rename, call it bool+.002, M to move to collection, and place it in the bool+ collection. With the base mesh selected, go to Modifiers. Add Modifier, Generate, and add a Boolean Modifier. Set it to Union, operand type to Collection, select the bool+ collection, and set it to Manifold. I can see we need to clean some errors caused by the Boolean modifier. You can see them here and here where we have these internal faces. Now let's apply the modifier so we can fix this. With the mouse cursor over the modifier, press Ctrl+A to apply. Then let's go back to edit mode by pressing Tab. To make sure we don't have any duplicate vertices, press A to select all and M to merge by distance. Now let's clean these internal faces. Select a vertex, press X to delete, and select Dissolve Vertices. This will delete the internal face, but it will also remove this vertical edge. To fix this, just select these two vertices and press J to connect vertex path. Now repeat the same steps to remove the other one, and when you're done, press Tab to exit edit mode. The mesh is complete. For the finishing touch, right mouse and choose Shade Auto Smooth.